My daughter turns 2 tomorrow, so we're gonna make her a chocolate cake. And I'm using a recipe from Claire Saffit's Dessert Person, the chocolate buttermilk cake. But you know me, we are not fully following this recipe because we do not use eggs or dairy in this house due to allergies. So I'm making some substitutions and I'm hoping it'll all be fine. I'm also dealing with some back pain, so please excuse me if I talk funny or do weird things. I just have a shooting pain that goes up my leg to my butt on my right side, if anybody has any tips for that. The issue is that it's hard to do stretches since I have a baby blocking me here. Okay, I already have everything like sectioned out. So I have my dry ingredients here, my sugars. I have my chocolate stuff already on the stovetop ready to go. I'm so happy that I did that since I'm in pain. But we're gonna push through because you only turn 2 once. I'm starting with 1.5 sticks of butter. Except for I only have 1 real stick. The other's gonna come from a tub. Whenever I'm using butter from a tub, I'm always estimating it. I need 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Into the butter, we're adding our white sugar and brown sugar. 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using olive oil because it's all that I have. You're supposed to use something more neutral though. And we're gonna cream that together. While this is creaming, we're gonna do the chocolate mixture. So I have chocolate and cocoa powder in here. And then I'm adding 2/3 cups of brewed coffee that I brewed this morning. And we're gonna let this go on the stovetop until it melts. My butter and sugar are creamed. My chocolate is melted. Into my chocolate, I'm adding my buttermilk, which for me is soy milk with apple cider vinegar to make like a vegan buttermilk, as well as 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm using vanilla bean paste and I'm gonna eyeball it. And I'm just gonna mix that all together. My chocolate mixture was a little cool because I prepped the pans while it cooled down. Now we're gonna add our eggs, which I'm using Aquafaba, which I've never used before, so I'm really hoping that this is gonna work. I think I need like 3 tablespoons to 1 egg, and the recipe calls for 3 eggs. I'm hoping that this doesn't add too much liquid. Maybe I'll start with just 2 instead. I'm gonna do 8 tablespoons of Aquafaba. Now that that's all incorporated, I'm adding 1/3 of the flour mixture and mixing until mostly combined. And now half the chocolate mixture. Now I'm adding in half of the remaining flour. Mix. I finished between the flour and the sugar. I finished between the flour and the chocolate. Now I'm going to separate into my cake pans, which are buttered, parchmented, and floured. It says about 510 per pan, so that's what we're going to start with. The cakes definitely didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. I sacrificed 1 layer and it tasted great. I partially frosted it, used some of the crumbles as decor, and we all enjoyed it. It tasted great, which is all that really mattered, and my daughter had a good birthday. Happy 2nd birthday, Harriet.